some clay. Somehow I didn't pick up the clay even though I'm staying right on top of it. Ah. Pretend I don't see that. I got unlucky, there was sugar cane over here. What a guy. He's him. He is him doing a move like that. I'm actually rather impressed that he would do that. Wow. That skeleton is him. I guess this is why you don't mine at night. It's too easy. Packages. Alright. There we go. Now it popped up. Do that clay. Yes, sir. I feel like I seen more somewhere right here. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I seen sand. I thought it's clay. There's some. I'm pretty sure this isn't what I seen though. Whoa. I'm missing a piece of clay. Where'd it go? There. I hate clay. It's so bad. It just floats away sometimes. It's kind of random. What is that guy doing? That's clay. Not a ton. I think I grabbed all of it. There's clay. Gotta stay on the hunt. Gotta stay aggressive for it. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. A bunch of junk on me. I don't want you to turn into a drowned little buddy. Okay, so we'll throw this out, we'll throw this out, throw this out. I don't really need that. I'll keep those just in case I see a wolf. I'll keep the gunpowder actually. I like gunpowder. Alright. Oh, there's more clay. I didn't even realize that was there. Missed a piece. It floated right up. Okay, I did hear one. Thought I heard one, but I wasn't seeing them. Sweet. I don't know how much of this we're really gonna need. I don't need a ton for the window area, honestly. Just kind of grabbing when I see it anyways. See how that works. Shouldn't need a ton though, unless I decide to do the roof and brick, but house is a little big. Let's see, that's all of that. Perfect. That's more right there. Nice. We're on a roll right now. Cool. Sand. I thought that was more for a second. Awesome. Got 2 more stacks we need to grab. It's a really good place for clay, actually. I'm glad I went this way and not the other way, because that other way wasn't giving me anything. I think the other way was a good majority going to be too deep. I think there's I don't know what I heard, actually. That's weird. I've seen a ton of videos online saying this is how, like, it's the proper way to strip mine. It just felt really weird to do it. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm supposed to get in a bucket and do a one block strip mine. It just feels really weird. That should be everything, unless I got something else I really want to drop. Keep the rest of it. See if we can't go ahead and head back. Alright, so thinking gonna hopefully finish the gotta figure out what I need when I need it. Whoa. So weird. Can only sleep at night. Is it not night? Go some of that good stuff real quick. Hey man, thank you. It's a work in progress. I've still got some ideas of what I want to do to it, but it's definitely a work in progress. I don't like trying to get some like clay and stuff going here, and then I can continue working on here. I want to add like another couples, like another at least another room to it, and then I'm gonna eventually make it like where there's a storage area and a smelting area under it. It's a work in progress right now. Let's have it, I guess. Let me see here. Let me do this. Perfect. Don't understand that feature. So we're gonna let that cook, I guess. Should be ready to go after that's cooked. I don't think I need those right now. I don't think I need this. I need to build a way up to the second floor. Kinda I don't have one right now, I'm kinda slacking. I think I've been using a water bucket to do it. Not the best way to do it. It gets you up there, but it's not a very good way to not a very convenient way. Kinda like this one too. I need to build like an actual area around it so I can stop using the water bucket. No mobs can get in here because of it, which is nice, but it's also like I can't get in here half the time. I think I want to redo the roof. I'm not a fan of how the roof looks. I don't know if I can bring together all of this to make it look good. On this it doesn't look too bad, but it's also super small. I don't know if I'll be able to do it on this. Yeah, I need the bricks for here. Just gonna fill this whole spot in because it wouldn't be a good window anyways. Might put like a painting up or something there, kind of make it look a little better. I got my my entrance. It's a pretty big house, yeah. Got my front door, the little patio. Thinking about building another section over here, be like a bedroom maybe. Not 100% sure how I wanna do it yet. I wanna build a dock eventually, but that's like when I get like an actual spot to it. Because eventually I'm gonna build like this on a platform, and there's gonna be a yard and everything. That way it's not just like how it is floating around. It kind of looks weird floating. We're eventually gonna fix that, and then eventually I'm gonna build. I kind of picked an ocean spot so it's flat. I'm gonna build iron farm. Let's see here, trying to think what all I'm thinking. Iron farm, a greenhouse. You know, a couple things. Probably like a farm for animals. Probably a stable for horses and whatnot. Probably build an area for traders. If not, I might put them in here. Cause I mean, I've got a lot of room. Just put them like the second floor, maybe. And then I'll have to build it. That'll be another issue. Just gotta wait on this good old clay. So yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a build today. So I'm thinking a second area over here. That'll be a bedroom. I might build over here like an entrance to the downstairs area. Wait, that might not be too bad. And then I guess underneath it's gonna be probably. I'm not sure if I want to turn the underneath this exactly into the storage area, or what. I'm hoping. Hopefully it's gonna be good. I'm hoping I can bring it all together and make it look really good. It's gonna be a very big little house, though. A very big house. And there's still a lot of building to do. Last time I played, I ended up building like. The house is similar. Like I built it on the water, like a pond in the mountains, and I didn't have a lot of room to build anything because nothing was even. You had to do a lot of terrain forming, and it took forever. So I figured I'd just build in the ocean on this one. That way, when I needed something, I could just build it. Like I built a wood farm on the other one, or I started to build a wood farm, and it took me forever to get like some of the land even. Let me see here, actually. Let me see. Kind of paying attention. It's nighttime when it's raining. It'd be a good time to fish real quick. Waiting on that stuff to cook anyways. Let's see if I can get a better fishing pole or a saddle. Can work with the fish too. Interesting, got 2 of the same fish. 3 of the same fish. I went into the nether a little bit yesterday and was kind of like running around exploring it. It's I don't really remember the nether being like that, but it's gonna take some work to get the nether set up too. It's kind of weird. I spawned in on top of soul sand, so I run really slow. And then there's skeletons everywhere. They were sitting there picking me off like crazy. I didn't run around too much. I was gonna go look for a bastion, but kind of gave up on that. The thing I don't like about the house, how it's sitting, is all the drown too. Oh, yeah, I probably should make a mob farm, too. Definitely be a good idea. I'm gonna make one especially for the drowned. Those dudes, they're annoying. I don't mind the normal one, but the one with the trident, he's so OP. You can't get close to him in the water, and he does a ton of damage. Like, I'm wearing iron armor right now, and he does 2.5 hearts a hit. And he does crazy knockback when you try to swim up to him. So it's not easy to get to him. It's especially not easy to get to him when he does as much damage as he does. He does a lot of damage. And with no armor on, he does 4, which is kind of insane. Fishing pole. Oh, it's junk though. Fishing rod. I was hoping for an enchanted one. Oh yeah. I don't think him doing as much damage isn't too bad. Like I could work with the damage. It's just when he knocks you back as far as he does and throws as fast as he does, you gotta fix one or the other. If he still knocked back as far as he did, or like that, nerf the amount of damage he does. If not, if you like the damage where it's at, make it where it doesn't knock you back as far. Because there's no way to push him in the water. You have to get out of the water or let him get close enough behind a block or something where you can get him like that. Because once he hits you the first time, it's pretty much over. They just a slight little rework to him, and he'd be great. The other drowned are pretty much useless because they don't really do anything. I pulled that one too quickly, I guess. I think I seen a fish farm online where it actually just fishes for you. Kind of odd. Be cool though. I feel like night times took forever. My clay should be done hopefully by the time I get done over here. Does XP despawn in this game? Kind of just sitting here looking at it. I don't know if it does. Water bottle, really? Boots. I don't really need the boots. Thought I got something good off of that one. Thought that was a saddle, but boots. Pufferfish. I like pufferfish actually. They make potions where you won't drown, which is really good, but they're not very used. I don't really ever go in the ocean monument, so it'd be the only time I really think I'd use one. Like usually you get a better fishing pole too. Like last time I played, the way I got my best fishing pole was just by reeling them in. I kept getting like the really good stuff, like Luck of the Sea. I think Lara's one, right? A couple others, Unbreaking. Like, there's a ton of stuff I had on it. I think it was really good. It's just I ended up getting Curse of Binding on it or whatever. I mean, which wasn't a big deal. I didn't carry it around when I was planning on dying anyways. I only fish at my house. But it had some insane enchantments on it. Oh yeah, it does despawn. Oh yeah, you need a lot of blocks for mob farms. I mean, it wouldn't be too crazy to get that amount of blocks, but it's be another day thing where I would farm for those. Because they're definitely good. Just got a bowl. They're good. They're worth something too, especially when you get in the game and you like, you start getting the ultras and whatnot. Start getting really into the bow. Really good farm for gunpowder. Surprised there's no drown down here. Won't jinx it quite yet though. I don't think I can sleep day. Yeah, I used to be able to sleep if it was daytime and raining. I'm gonna go throw these in the corner. You guys need Grab a stack of these real quick before I run up top. I shouldn't need a stack of them, hopefully, but just in case. I really need to get around to fixing this so I don't have to keep jumping in the water and doing this. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, perfect. I'm just gonna go through this real quick and pretend it's normal. Okay, should be blocks all the way around this. That's good. Then we're actually gonna fill this in. It's not gonna look very good anyways if I put windows in it. Kind of looks odd without the windows. I'm gonna throw some paintings or something on top of that. Alright. Let me see here. To start room number 2, area number 2. Trying to debate on how I want to do it though. Yeah, I want to start it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. So it'd be roughly right here. Maybe the middle. This would be the middle. All right. I think I got an idea what I need here. Perfect. I still can't believe it's just raining like it is. It's been raining for a good while. I don't really remember it raining this crazy. So, trying to think of how I want to do this. I don't want the room to be the same exact size as the house. I want it to be smaller. Kind of just start with that, and then we'll work and see if we see what we got with that. Nice, placed it wrong. Actually, it'd make more sense if I went over to this one. I'd rather start on this side. Perfect. Kind of lost. Yeah, we'll do this same way here. Okay, and then it'll be boop 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 boop. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gonna do 6 for now. Try to keep it kind of like a square. That's a goal at least. I'll definitely be able to get the materials I need for a mob farm. I got plans to go ahead and start strip mining and everything, so I'll have plenty of materials to do a mob farm within no time. Because I want to get a couple other pieces done before I do that, like my house. Yes, sir. God, it's just it's a work in progress. It's a slow day. Try not to play too much of the game at once so I don't like lose interest in it way too quickly. It's been going interesting to say the least. I don't wanna. I always said like I haven't been playing too terribly much. Try to limit myself to like an hour or two a day, which isn't too bad. Usually got work anyway, so hour or two is just about right. Let me see. Not a lot on this game you can really get done in an hour or two. Usually on the weekends is when I'll stream more time to get some stuff done. Have to get underneath this real quick and fix it in a second, but kind of clean it up for now. Probably gonna farm more wood in a minute. What's that? Hearing stuff? Kind of sound like a fishing pole, like a real one, like someone is dragging their line out. Kind of weird. I don't know if I'm hearing stuff or I don't know where I would have heard it at. I'm hearing stuff, but I'm not. I get it's daytime, but it is raining at the same time. Why is that guy taking damage? Let's see here. My nose itch. Somebody get sniped. Probably just make these last 2 stacks in the blocks. Probably shouldn't have. I'm gonna need those. Probably not too bad. I think it's just gonna take more blocks than I'm thinking it is. Oh yeah, it definitely is going to. Can I reach these ones? Nope. Not quite. Hopefully this is enough blocks to finish this last section now. Get the floor done. I think I'm going to build the staircase to the second floor in here. And then the second floor, this is going to be kind of like a bedroom too. Hopefully I can kind of work that out. Alright, so I don't want to use all the wood real quick. I need more than that. Let's go for 20 real quick. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Cool. Let's see here. Grab these. Should have plenty more of these, hopefully. Got another stack at least. That's gonna work with that. Let's see here. We'll grab this. Got glass on me. Craft that. Go make a little more of that. There we go. Need to get some torches out here. Stuff's gonna be spawning on this like crazy in no time. Yeah, the fact that it's still raining and it's been multiple days in the game is crazy. I don't need those anymore, do I? Kind of put these down for now. I don't. I knew that was coming. I don't really. They're gonna look a little weird. I need to go get more wood. Pretend that didn't happen. How did that one break and not that one? I got a little more glass on me. Hopefully I have enough to finish this. I don't have enough already, actually. Unless I get this perfect. I mentioned. I think I'm actually gonna be. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be short by like 4. The guy with the trident. Oh yeah, I was short by 4 either way. Even if I didn't mess up. I keep hearing him throw a trident. Where's he at? I'll grab that. I really don't need it, but I'll grab it. I think that's him. That's most definitely him. That dude needs fixed. That dude's insane. Let's go. That's not good, man. Get those missing assignments. What kind of missing assignments are these? The real question first. I could respect it depending on what class it is. So, I need oak wood. That's what I need. Put this stuff away. Ah, gotcha. I can see it. Science. Science is actually like one of my favorite classes. It all depends on the teacher for how you're gonna do the work, I think. If the teacher's just not there, the work's just not gonna be there. So I could see it. Monsters nearby. Thanks. Big Jez fan. I gotta get rid of this guy somehow. He's too close, so he's got the trident. I could drag him away. Science is definitely good. Usually your science teachers are also just better teachers. Or like more normal teachers. I didn't dislike my English teacher, but she was a bit odd. So it definitely made the class a little more less interesting. And then math is just like one of the, I don't know how it is for like every other school, but math is just, I think it's if you're a math teacher, you're gonna hate your job, and you just want to make everyone else miserable. Like, I don't know what math teachers are. I had one that was good. I actually had one that I thought was an okay teacher, but I mean, I only had him once, or actually had him twice, but after those two times, every other math teacher just kind of annoying. It's still raining. They just weren't good teachers. It made everything worse. So, yeah. I think strict. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I don't think I had any that were necessarily strict. Most of them were like pretty casual. It's just so they were odd. Heck, we had first year I had a lady. She was a good teacher. She was just really weird. Like, she knew parts of my family, so she was, she was always nice, but she's just really odd about it the whole time. I'm trying to think who we even had. Heck, I don't remember who I had. I care. That man, he gave us one project for the whole year, pretty much. And if you did it, you passed. If you didn't do it, you failed. But he was weird. He pretty much never acknowledged me or any of the other guys in our class. He only talked to the females in the class. So he was like I said, he's a weird guy. I didn't mind too much because I knew he was a weird dude. But it's just it was an experience. We're talking. I was in that class for like I don't even remember, like months on end, and he never really. I don't think he said a word to me, actually. I was gonna say he might have said a couple to me, but I don't think he ever actually said anything to me. I never tried to get on my way to talk to him because he was weird. And thinking back on it, he's extra weird for that now too. That's interesting. I also had a physics teacher who was really weird. I've heard some stories about the guy. He's weird. So it all just comes down to who you know at the end of the day. Say my favorite teachers are the gym teachers. And usually they're pretty lenient on stuff. They're just there. Pretty good stuff most of the time overall. Sadly, they made it where we weren't allowed to play like dodgeball though. Dodgeball's where it's at. We were able to play kickball most days, but kickball gets really boring after so long. We play mat ball. I don't know if mat ball is like a common thing, or if that's instead of like one per base, you just use a big mat and it's multiple people on a base. I didn't even know they could give you essays during the summer. I thought summer was when you get out and you're just done. That's how it is here, at least. You guys aren't doing summer yet? That's kind of crazy. Summer here started, what's it today? It's been a month since summer started here, I'm pretty sure. I think it started the end of May. Pretty sure. I could be wrong on that. I'm thinking it started the end of May. I've been out of school for a couple years now, so I don't really pay too much attention. I think I seen it when I was going through the interwebs one day, though. Pretty sure. Dang, that's. You don't do like year-round school, do you? That'd be insane. Thought of year-round school kind of sounds like torture. It doesn't sound like the worst when you get out, like, you know, you get out a couple years early or something like that, but it also sounds like, you know, you're there every single day. It just sounds awful. I actually think year-round schooling is 4-day weeks, I think. The schedule for year-round is kind of odd. I'm thinking, what the heck? How'd I do this? Okay. Not sure what I just did, but I did it. Dang, yeah, that's crazy though. You get out late. I think the latest we ever got out was, it was June. The second week of June, roughly, was like the latest we ever got out. And that was because it was the first year for our, I'm trying to think what the heck his title even is, superintendent or whatever of the school zone. And he made a lot of calls for the weather, and a lot of them were bad. And he kept canceling school during the winter, our fog season. He canceled so much for no reason, and we had to go to school forever. I'm from the United States. I mean, your English is pretty good, honestly. It's pretty good. I at least know what you're saying most of the time. I'd say it's pretty good. Let me see here. I don't know which way I came from. I'm gonna say, is this way? Yeah, we're good. Pick these up. Need to build another axe. I should have a crafting table over here. Probably could have crafted another one, but we'll find what that'd have been. So usually our classes started about, I think technically you were supposed to be there at 7:45, but they started at 8, usually. It's kind of like, you could also do it, like, depending on, like, if you were in your last year of school, you could do it at a half day. So you could also start, like, you know, at, like, the lunchtime or whatever. It all depends on some stuff. Most of the time it was 8. Or if you're in, like, kindergarten, it's, like, 11 also. I think you're a half day. It really just depends. Most of the time it was 8, though, I'm pretty sure. Started at 8, and then they got out at 3. And I think middle school got out at 2. which would be like 6 through, or yeah, 6 through like 8 roughly. Or maybe no, elementary is when they did 8 to 2, and that was K through 5. They got out of it too, and then 6 through 12 is when you start 8 to 3. Honestly, what time's your class in? Starting at 6 would be kind of crazy. I mean, it'd be good for some things. Definitely be good if you were like planning to go into the workforce and you were gonna start work at 6 a.m. It'd be really good. You already have that time schedule set. That's kind of, I feel like that'd be really early for morning classes. I think they actually like did some studies to prove that that's like the worst way to learn too. Your best way to technically learn is would be like 9. I think it would be starting at 9. Pretty sure they did some studies on that. Because you're not fully awake that early in the morning. Okay, gotcha. Are you talking like you're not talking college, are you? I feel like you could be, but I don't think you are at the same time. What are you doing? Why'd you just stop randomly? Okay, I didn't feel like you were. Yeah, that's kind of weird. That's crazy, honestly. Like I said, like they've done plenty of studies and showed that it's like the worst way to learn. You're not gonna be awake. You're not gonna be paying attention as much. Supposedly having a breakfast in the morning helps you pay attention better too. That's why they like try to get that as a thing. They're always encouraging people to get breakfast. It's usually why the schools offer breakfast, at least here. Tall trees. Kind of amazing what they do studies on and what's actually shown to do better than other stuff. That'd be terrible, actually. That's kind of the nice thing about our system. It's, when you're done, whenever it hits time, you're done. Your teachers will try to push their luck sometimes, but usually whenever it hits the time, you hear the bell go off, you're out of there. I couldn't imagine having to stay because someone couldn't get their problem. A lot of the people I went to school with would sit there and they didn't have nothing better to do. They'd make you sit there for longer. Just a mess with you. I guess people wouldn't find it very funny if they had a... I'm trying to think of what I was even saying. They wouldn't find you very funny if they had to sit there at over class time because you were trying to be funny. So people would not like you too much doing that. If people have some struggles, they don't know how to get some problems, but I feel like there's a better way to do that than make everyone else sit over too. It'd be insane. Probably be a little demeaning nonetheless. You're sitting there and not getting the problem, and then everyone's got to stay over because you can't get the problem. think they also did I think they showed a study that it was doesn't necessarily have to be gum, but if you chewed gum when you were studying, and then had I'm trying to think how I'd even say it. If you chewed gum when you were studying and then went and took a test, if you chewed that said gum again, you would have a better chance to remember what you studied. You could do it with mints and stuff too. Like mints would work, but you'd have to have mints constantly to do it. Kind of a weird study. I'm not really sure how that study would actually work, but I like it. It's a cool study. So it's kind of odd the stuff they study and can somehow prove. Oh yeah, I could see it. I could definitely see coffee. That's the only problem is coffee's not exactly like you sip it, the flavor's there, and then it just kind of goes away after a second. You wouldn't gum, you'd be sitting there chewing it, and it'd be just constant in your mouth flavor, like a mint or something. You'd just be sitting there kind of chewing it or eating it, thinking about what you're doing. Coffee, I definitely get what coffee does, but it really wouldn't be similar. But honestly, I'm kind of surprised. Do they not allow like energy drinks in the morning? I feel like more people would actually be drinking energy drinks than anything. And then again, you said you're from a different country, so not necessarily. Like kind of, United States is super big on their energy drinks. Like you'll definitely have people that drink coffee, but most of the time it's really big. People are really big on energy drinks. Like I would say, like most of the time, coffee's more like a women's drink, and then men go towards energy drinks a lot more of the time. Not saying coffee's a woman's drink by any means, but it's usually how it goes. You get a lot more women that drink the coffee than men. Men will just straight up go for Monsters or Red Bull, whatever they use. Get an axe. See if this man will give me an eye. He must be hiding under a tree somewhere. Nope, maybe not. Huh, weird. Don't know where he went. He's gonna pop up when I'm not paying attention and just beat me down. Sweet. You got like a coffee shop near your school, or is that something you definitely have to bring from home? I feel like a coffee shop by the school would make bank. Then again, maybe not. I'm talking kids, how much money are kids gonna have to buy a coffee every day? So it just depends on how you're sitting. Ah, a businessman. That's smart. That is smart. I don't think I could imagine having to go to school that early. That's crazy. We had it here where a bus would pick us up for school, and she was late like every day. Like, I'm actually impressed that they kept her as long as they did. Where I live at, they're really desperate for every kind of job at this moment, though. So I can see why they kept her, but she was late like every single day to pick up students. Let's see here. I want to do this. Do I want to do this the same way as that one? Yeah, but she was late like every day. So ours, we never got to school on time. We never started at the same time as everyone else. I mean, it's not a bad experience most of the time. The morning buses are usually a lot better than the afternoon buses. Everyone's kind of asleep. It's quiet. Everyone's just doing their thing. Maybe getting prepared for the rest of the day. I mean, not selling. What was I even gonna say right there? I was sleeping. Maybe finishing up homework, stuff like that. So usually the morning bus is pretty casual. It's when you get into like your end of the day bus, it gets a little crazy. Ours technically broke a. Oh, I mean here they're not just for that. No, they're actually like I could definitely see why you think that. They're public use too. Usually it's not really the most uh, earth saving thing, but they have buses for everything here. Like at least school wise, because a lot of students don't live near school. So they have to have some sort of way to help them get to school. Their parents are, they're not there to take them. The afternoon bus though was crazy. They have like certain laws in place on buses, for safety means here. Like you're not supposed to have so many people to a seat. There's a capacity limit, and I don't know if they just didn't have another bus, they couldn't afford another bus or what. But the capacity limit on our afternoon bus was way over the means of what it was supposed to be. Like most days we had 3 people to a seat, and those seats weren't very big. Like 3 to a seat meant you were sitting on top of 2 people. Like on days where they didn't have sports meetings or whatever, like practice, they would be on the bus and it'd be 3 to a seat, and it was bad. I couldn't stand those days. Like I said though, I get people have they couldn't exactly drive themselves, but they got to prepare better for that. Jeepneys, yeah, I've heard jeepneys. It'd be more practical than a bus, honestly. As long as it's like I know what a jeepney is, but I don't know the exact size of a jeepney. Like if it was like like a kind of like a bigger SUV, it'd technically be more practical than a bus. Because a bus uses a ton of gas. Like I said, if a jeepney is like more like an SUV, where it's not like, it's using a little bit of fuel, but it's not burning. It's not a semi. It'd be like, hey, okay. Those buses burn tons of fuel. I'm not exactly like anywhere against it. I'm not saying it's terrible by any means, but there's definitely got to be a better way for them to do something like that. I think they're trying to. That's why they're pushing electric so heavy. I mean, eventually they're gonna. Fossil fuels is supposed to run out eventually. They're saying it's supposed to be like another couple 100 years though. I might have to look up a jeepney again because I'm pretty sure I know what a jeepney is, but maybe yours are different than what I'm thinking. Okay. I mean, I guess we technically have these. It's just ours are smaller buses, so I guess we kind of have a similar thing going on. That's not where I want that. That's a good thing. Yeah, we have a somewhat a version of that. It's a smaller bus. Let's see here. Definitely, yeah. Public buses aren't that good. If the option ever comes up to get on one, I mean, I would definitely say to try it for, just to see what one's like. But they're not exactly that good. But it also, your public school bus is definitely a lot different than your normal public bus. It's yeah, like your normal. I've never been on a like your traditional public bus, like what you would probably see in the movies. I don't live in an area like that. I I live out in the middle of nowhere, so yeah. But I mean, the school bus, not that good. Not a fan of this actually. Might have to rework that staircase. Fill this in real quick, and then I'll think of an idea how to rework that. Sitting on the stairs would be crazy. That'd be like a huge safety issue here. Like, do they at least have like handles and stuff that you can hold on to when you're sitting on it? Because even then, I think people would go crazy about something like that, especially if they go like a normal speed. I don't know what a normal speed would be necessarily there. Like usually, I guess I don't know though. Kind of depends. Is that more of a town thing, or is that something that actually takes you elsewhere? Okay. Do they? I'm gonna assume you're in kilometers. Do they drive like a high kilometer? Like what's something they go? Do they go? Trying to think of what. Trying to do my conversions here. Pretty sure it's like 100. We'll go 100. I think 100s roughly are like 50-ish. Do they go up to like 100 kilometers, or is that more of like a casual kind of like in town slow trip thing? I don't need it that far. I don't think actually. Okay. Dang, that'd be kind of sketchy to sit in that, and that thing's going like 100, 120. I mean, I guess it'd probably be like similar to a helicopter. Okay. I could see it. Oh yeah, kind of sounds like it's about to fall apart when you're going through. Got you a little nervous the whole time. I'll leave it like that for now. I didn't do that right. That's, oh, I missed that one straight up. That's just weird, honestly though. Couldn't imagine sitting in something like that and it going that fast, just hanging on to a handle. Guess it'd probably. Oh, that's even. That'd be weird. Wouldn't be sure I could enjoy the ride sitting like that the whole time. I guess I'm not there to enjoy the ride. I'm there to get somewhere, but. I guess that's kind of the nice thing about here. We're like most most of the time your average drive somewhere is definitely a little farther than say it wherever you live at. It's definitely going to be a little bit of a farther drive, but so your normal American from the States here has their own car that they use to get places. Unless you live in like like a way bigger city, like then you don't have a car. But a lot of the time you have a car. So few circumstances where I could see not having a car. Like if you lived in like Los Angeles or like New York City, I could see not having a car then. But we're talking like, there's millions of people that live in that one city here. So it's not really that practical to try to use a car unless you're willing to sit and wait forever to get somewhere. Yeah, it's an experience. It's not bad. Most days it's not too bad. Definitely there's the ups and there's the downs to it. A lot more ups usually than downs. Like I don't think public transportation would be that bad, but also I realize that it wouldn't be that good. We have a lot of limits on what how many people can go into it, but I've seen like videos of other countries using public transportation and they have like an insane amount of people on the bus one time or the public subway. I couldn't imagine being like shoulder to shoulder with people trying to get to work. Be insane. It'd be hot too. It'd be super hot. You'd be sitting there sweating, dripping. As soon as that train or the subway ended, like you got to your point, you'd be running to get out of there. It'd be so hot. Okay. Fill this in here. There we go. I'm still trying to think of how to fix this staircase. I'm not a fan of how it looks. It doesn't look too terrible, but I feel like it could be a little better looking. Yeah, they do that here. It's not like super common. I mean, usually it's kind of like here it's slightly looked down upon depending on like some circumstances. You know, if it's like, I'm trying to think how I'd even say it. You know, if you're going into your public grocery store or something, you know, you should probably wear a shirt. Most of the time, it's not. You know, it's kind of looked down upon. But I mean, if you're just out in public, just doing your thing, usually it's like, hey, man, you know, who cares? Just it really depends where you're at. Like I would say if you were on the subway, people would probably be like, you know, what are you doing? Put a shirt on. But I don't think it'd be that big of a deal. All right. Here. Glass. That's what I was coming to grab. I don't have glass, I don't think. I don't have enough glass. Wait. What do you mean? You want to move here because of the money, or you want to move away from where you're at because of the money? Oh, I didn't mean to grab that. Let me see. I need to grab more iron. Perfect. Let's sleep real quick. I've heard, depending on which country you live in, I've heard some stories about some of the currency going around. I'm trying to think if I think it's Venezuela where their currency is like super, the inflation on it's super crazy, so a dollar isn't worth anything. I couldn't imagine that. What am I going to get? Probably more wood. Oh yeah, definitely more wood. Like yeah, the currency's not worth a lot, so everything else is super expensive. I'm trying to think of other places. There's more places that just like that's the main one that comes to thought. It's the one you kind of always hear about when people talk about inflation. Our dollar here is getting kind of crazy. There's a lot of issues going around in the government, the media, and everything, talking about how our dollar is at the moment. COVID kind of threw everything in a different pattern here. Yeah, is it 55 pesos? That's actually not as bad as I was expecting it to be. It used to be where I was thinking, maybe I was thinking That's actually good then. I was thinking the peso used to be a nickel here. I'm thinking. So maybe that's actually, wait. That means it would have got worse, I think. I'm bad at math. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. I don't know if there's a minimum wage where you live at, but that's like a really big talk here in the States right now. There's a lot of people complaining about how the minimum wage is set up. Because the whole idea behind minimum wage was you could live off of it, and now people are complaining because you're no longer able to live off minimum wage, so they need to raise the minimum wage, which, I mean, it sounds good in theory, but I don't think that it'd work how they really want to work. If it would work, it wouldn't be a bad thought, but the most of the time, the only person gonna get affected by it is the CEO of the business, upper management, and they're not gonna take a loss of money, so they're gonna go ahead and they're gonna increase the price of everything again. Could be, yeah, very possible. That's how she does it. Did she get like a work visa and come to the States for that? I've heard about that. I've heard about like Texas has a lot of employees that come over to work. Or Texas, I'm trying to think of other states. I think it's mostly Texas. Arizona, maybe. They heard they got a lot of workers come over and do some work like that. A lot of the time the work's kind of mundane, but gotta get a paycheck somehow. Gotta appreciate someone going out and doing the work. Tall trees. I hate tall trees. There's also like a really big problem with like I don't have the problem personally, but I hear a lot of people have a problem with like how jobs are at the moment. So they want people to have a ton of experience in that field or on that job when they start, and then they want to pay like it goes back to the like kind of close to like a minimum wage kind of thing. They don't pay a lot and they want a ton of experience, and people don't like that. I don't know if you've ever heard anyone say it, but if you ever go to like college or anything, they always at least here they always tell us, do your research on the job, before you ever think about going to college for it. Is that job going to be available in 10 years? Is what they always say. Like the big one at the time, when they were telling us was like what would camera photographer? Maybe no, it wasn't a photographer. It might have been website design. That was like a big one. They were like, is that going to be really common in 10 years? And now, it's not super uncommon, but it's also like, I can go online and I can get a website designed for like $8. I can have someone design it online, and if you were trying to do website design on your own, you'd probably charge me several, like hundreds of dollars to make a website. It wouldn't be practical to have chat people do that anymore, especially seeing, it takes time to design a website, and your time is valuable. You probably put a dollar sign on your hourly rate. Yeah, it's crazy how they have stuff set up. A lot of people complaining, but it's kind of like, the world's changing. Like I said, no one ever really told these folks to go into the jobs they're trying to go into. A very common one I always see is school teacher. School teachers, a lot of people complain that the pay is really bad for it, but, like, and then they always say that no one wants to be a school teacher because of the pay, and it's just like, well, no one ever told you to go to school to be a teacher. Like, I get, someone's got to do it, but it's like, no one ever went out and forced you to become a school teacher. You knew what you were getting into when you went to school for 4 years to become a teacher. It's not like you can't, especially nowadays, you can literally look up, like, online pretty much the price, how much everything roughly pays. Like, no one told them to become a teacher. I get, if that's what you want to do, it's one thing, but it's like, no one told you to become a teacher. The pay rate is really bad for teachers. And really, the pay rate for teachers isn't even that bad. Like, I've seen some of the pay rates for teachers, and, like, it's not even that bad. Especially if you only work 9 months of the year. Like, I don't know what people really complain about when I always see them complaining about the pay rate, and it's just like, if you only work 9 months a year, it's not that bad. Yeah, I've heard that a couple of times. Teachers will definitely tell you, you'll have to deal with students. I've definitely heard that one a few times. I don't know. I honestly think if you had a good class, heck, even a little bit of a bad class, it would make the day a little more interesting. I just genuinely do not think it could be as bad as teachers make it out to be. But I also didn't go into teaching, so that's like teachers and bus drivers here. They're in super. It's a hard job to keep someone in place. They go through that kind of job like crazy. Not a lot of people are trying to get into that job, and they always complain about the pay rate, and like I've seen the pay rate for most of it, and for what they do, it's not even bad. Like a school bus driver, it gets like 18,000 a year, and assuming they work like the normal hours they would do, that would be actually really good. Gotcha. Yeah, but like a school bus driver making 18,000 would be insane, because you gotta think, like I said, they'd only work 9 months a year. Technically, they could work more. There's multiple ways to set up the pay, but really they'd probably only work 9 months a year. And being a school bus driver, she might work 4 hours a day, and that's if she's really pushing the clock to get those numbers. She might work 4 hours a day. Or they, I shouldn't say she. Most of my school bus drivers were women, but they could be men too. But they would work roughly 4 hours a day, and that would be on the higher end most of the time. The only thing I could see about, that you only work 4 hours a day, which means you would technically be part-time, so you wouldn't get, oops, my armor just broke, you wouldn't get any insurance or anything like that. What? I hit that man multiple times with a sword, I thought. That guy was beefy. You wouldn't get, insurance, nothing like that. Then again, I might be wrong. It's government funded, so maybe it's not like that. I don't actually know how that would work. I just know they get roughly like 18,000 a year, and only work a couple hours a day. So, and teachers is like somewhere in the same ballpark. I think they're somewhere around. I believe their pay scale was like 45,000 or something, which is pretty good. It's not. There's definitely more jobs out there that are going to pay higher, but it's like 45,000 for the job you're doing isn't even that bad. I don't get the whole reason they're always complaining about their pay scale. Especially when they're government funded, and a lot of the stuff there's their they're going to get, I believe they get pensions and everything because they're government funded. Um the lockers, I would say it really depends on what you're watching. Because I mean, it's very possible, you are watching something that does actually have like the lockers we'd have here. Where I went to, we didn't have. I mean, I guess we did. Have you ever seen the shows where you could push someone in a locker? We had some of that style, but you'd have to be really, really small to get pushed in that locker. I mean, they also had a couple other ones that were like, it was an up and a bottom. Two people could use one spot for a locker kind of thing. Oh yeah, lockers are really good for keeping your stuff safe. That's for sure. I'm not sure what's going on there. Why'd they spit on him? I'm not sure why the llama decided to attack. It's weird. Yeah, I mean, lockers are definitely good for that. I was really bad about remembering my combination though. So I always had to ask someone to open that sucker for me because I couldn't remember how to do it. I forgot my combination more than I'd like to admit. I mean, yeah, but pretty much, I would say the lockers are pretty similar to how you would see them on TV. Just like I said, they're not exactly how you see them. You're not really gonna see someone get pushed in them. They are quite small, quite small. Also, just most of the time, your Americans are pretty large, so like not even just like lengthwise. I mean, not even widthwise. Lengthwise, they're usually tall. Some of them are a bit big, but a lot of the time, it's not. It would not be easy to push someone in a locker. I think TV makes the lockers way bigger, so it's easier to show them get pushed in there. Plus, you really don't have that much stuff where you need a big locker. Like, I think I had some yeah, I had some books, but even then, I didn't need that big of a locker. It was mostly like a coat rack, because we weren't allowed to wear coats in the building, in class, which was dumb. They like to have the building super super cold, so you couldn't sleep, and then you weren't allowed to have a jacket at the same time. And then they always wondered why their students were always sick. It's like walking into a freezer. It'd be like maybe 60 degrees in the building. Be sitting there freezing, trying to trying to pay attention. You just look over, the guy next to you is shivering, and then they're asking, well, you know, why is everyone sick? You know, why do we always need so much stuff? You know, why is no one ever at school because they're sick? You know, you just kind of got to put two and two together and realize that you're the problem here. You know, there's no I get you don't want people sleeping in class, but there's no real gain in having the class that cold. If someone's going to sleep, they're going to sleep. Oh, yeah, it's super hot. I could not imagine. It'd be crazy. It'd definitely be, I don't know, I feel like it'd be a little easier to sleep when it's super hot compared to super cold. Then again, where our house is freaking, she will not turn on the air in our house, so it's always super hot in here. So I also feel like maybe I'm at a bit of an advantage because of that. Advantage, disadvantage, whatever you want to call it, I guess. It's interesting to see how they do stuff around the world compared to other places. That's crazy. I'd be real disappointed if school told me to bring a couple extra shirts because I was going to be sweating so bad. I should have grabbed more sand. I didn't think of it. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and just put this stuff away. Shouldn't need any of this right now. Put that away too. Got wood. Check it out here. I'm working on it. I need to redo the staircase. It's a work in progress though. Need to get more brick, I think. Still got a lot of work to do before I get it completely done, but it's getting there. Nice. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the staircase. We'll have to fix this soon. I want to fix that, but I also don't want to break it and have to pick it up to move it. Shield. I probably should get one of those. Let me see here. This. Grab this. Grab this. Just save ourselves some time here. I want those two. Haha, I gotcha. Sounds good. I'm probably gonna hop off here soon. Anyways, I gotta go get ready to get some stuff done today. You have a good one though. Nice talking to you too. There's a torch on that one. I'm not sure how I feel about this roof. I think I need to rework it. No. No. I don't really need that block, luckily. Sure. Didn't need that one either. Perfect, perfect. Trying to debate on how I want to fix this. Perfect, perfect. What the heck? Steal my torches back. Surprising, I think the torches worked actually really well though. Nothing spawned up here from what I saw. Doesn't change the fact that I hate how the torches look though. Or how the roof looks. Torches look okay. The roof looks like poop though. Work with me, game. There we go. Work with me, game. There we go. Might as well grab this real quick. I don't know if I'm missing a ton of torches or... I mean, I see one right there. I just haven't been picking them up, or if I didn't use it. Oh, I already wasted part of my torches on... Yeah. I see what I've done. Thought I was missing a bunch of torches. There should be like a ton of torches up on this roof. I see what I've done though. I didn't pick. I had like half a stack missing already or something like that. Sweet. Perfect. Put that away. Let's see what we can't do. Probably should pick these slabs up, but I don't want to. Too many slabs. pick up this layer at least, so hopefully it doesn't catch the real wood on fire. I won't mind collecting a few of these blocks, but I want to pick up like the good majority of them. Parkouring to get some of these. Guess all the Minecraft TikToks I've seen of people doing, or I guess the Reddit videos of people running around on Minecraft are gonna come in handy. Sweet. Probably need to watch my health before I fall and die. No, there's a block. Whew, that hurts. That hurts a lot. 3, 4, 5. Use this one, right? How long have I been playing right now? I've been playing for an hour. I thought I've been playing longer, honestly. I think I'm gonna hop off actually for a bit. I gotta go. I guess I gotta go start getting ready to get some stuff done today.